We're talking about the team that went to the Stanley Cup Final against Tampa last year. Montreal locking up their young superstar in Nick Suzuki today. How about this? 8-year extension worth $63 million. They know what they have in him, so they locked him up long term. Here is Suzuki on today's news.
Something both sides wanted. I love the city of Montreal. I love playing. I love being a Canadian, and to do that for hopefully the next 9 years is something I'm really looking forward to. And yeah, it's huge for me and my family, and we're really happy that it all worked out. It's kind of unbelievable. I was saying to my brother that it's like I was playing NHL 20 and I just give myself whatever contract. But I don't know, it's definitely unbelievable, and I'm very thankful to the organization and everyone that's helped me get here, and my family. They've been supportive throughout the whole thing, so I'll definitely do something for the boys and definitely get the family together later.
I love that, talking about playing NHL 20, be a GM mode, signing himself to a contract. That was fake money. This is now real cash in the wallet, and deservedly so. This is the guy, a youngster who led the Canadiens team in both goals and points in last year's playoff run. What do you make of the deal?
I think it's a great deal, and I love the fact that you're seeing these young star players getting money that they deserve. And in the past, I think we've seen some long-term contracts that didn't quite work out because they were hoping the player was going to develop into what Nick Suzuki is now. Well, Nick Suzuki proved last year in the playoffs in the regular season, I can be a regular NHL centerman. I have potential to be a #1 center in the National Hockey League. He did it at the junior level. He was very good at it. And he's shown that he has that potential. He's at least a #2 center on most teams in the National Hockey League. And he's got, what, a year and a bit under his belt. So I think it's a great deal for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm a big fan of Nick Suzuki and the way he plays the game, the way he sees the ice, the way he plays in both ends of the ice is what you need to do in today's game. And we just finished talking Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh Penguins, and talked about Sidney Crosby. Well, Suzuki's got that same mannerisms as a Crosby. He doesn't necessarily always look like the best player out there, but at the end of the day on the score sheet, he's either a plus player, he might have a couple of assists. You're like, oh, I didn't really notice him at times. Now, you can't always say that about Crosby, but he's that type of player that he just goes about his business. He plays both ends of the rink very well. He's got extremely slick hands. He can beat a guy one-on-one sliding through him. He doesn't have blistering speed to, like a Nathan McKinnon, where he's going to bolt around a guy. But he can easily give a guy a little fake, a little shimmy, hesitation of a defenseman, pull back, find the open guy, and you're playing with Caulfield. This could be a great setup as a goal scorer and a centerman for years in Montreal with those two.
For Suzuki, it's hockey IQ.
Yes.
It boils down. You hear that term a lot, but he is so smart on the ice at both ends. Where he wants to be defensively, when he's working down low as a centerman, you got to have communication with the two defensemen. And he has that communication and is able to sort it out. And then he starts to break out. In Montreal, when you watch them play in the playoffs, they were really good off the rush. And a lot of that is if you have a good centerman, Dave, you know it. If you win the battles down low and you can start your breakout, then you can start your transition game and you can get chances off the rush. Well, Suzuki has that ability. And as a young kid, when you get on the big stage, and it's the playoffs and it matters the most, and you can prove that you can do those things in the playoffs and lead your team. Basically, he was the leader of that team, the driving force to take them to the Stanley Cup. Then you give out that big contract. That's to the evaluation after a second year. And if you can tie him up early and you can evaluate the kid and think he's going to get better and better and better, then those long-term contracts look like they're going to pay out. But I love watching him play. And two, he makes the players around him better. Toffoli had a great year along his side. And then Cole Caulfield came on in the playoffs. And Cole Caulfield is electricity. He's just a little turbo machine out there.
He can shoot.
But he helped. Playing along Suzuki helped him. Right. So that's a great compliment that he can help those players around him.
Yep, the Habs got ahead of it, staying put in Montreal for at least 8 more years after this one.